Hi guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to make a Christmas Jell-O Poke Cake. So you need to have 1 box of cake mix, either the pure white cake or French vanilla, that's what I've chosen to go with. And you need to have all the ingredients needed to make the cake: eggs, water, oil usually, or egg whites. You also need to have 1 package of strawberry Jell-O, small package, 3 ounces, and 1 3-ounce package of lime Jell-O. Those are my preferred flavors, just something that's red and green. You need to have Cool Whip for topping, 13 by 9 inch baking pan for your cake. You need to have either Crisco shortening or baking spray with flour to grease your baking pan. And for decorations, of course you can do whatever you like, but I have chosen red and green and white sprinkles for Christmas. The first step in making your Christmas Jell-O Poke Cake is to make your cake, bake it in the oven, make it according to package directions. While your cake is baking in the oven, you want to separate your 2 Jell-Os. You're going to have 1 bowl for the green, 1 bowl for the red. Make sure that your bowls are large enough to hold both the powder and the water that you're going to add to them. You're only going to use half a package of each. So half a package is roughly equal to 1/4 cup of this dried powder that you see here. So you're going to put 1/4 cup of the red here in 1 bowl and 1/4 cup of the green in another bowl. Once your cake has finished baking, you're going to use the end of a wooden spoon or another similar object. I don't have any wooden spoons, believe it or not, but I do have an object that has a round end. And you're going to poke holes in your cake. You're going to poke holes that are roughly about 2 inches apart. Whoops. You know, you want to make sure that, you know, that the holes hold the Jell-O. You want to go for that red and green, you know, multicolor effect. I may not be doing a perfect job here, but hopefully you get the idea. You know, maybe you'll do a better job than me. Okay, I think that's good enough. And then you're going to pour your Jell-O mixture into the holes. And we're gonna do that whenever I come back. Next step is to add a 1/2 cup of boiling water to each bowl of Jell-O, each color. Be careful and don't burn yourself. And then you're going to add a 1/4 cup of cold water to each bowl, and you're going to whisk. The next step is to add a 1/4 cup to each bowl. Hope you can see what I'm doing. There's a 1/4 cup. This is also a 1/4 cup. I just taken a 1/2 cup here, but I've only filled it halfway. That's 1/4 cup that's going into the green as well. And then you're going to whisk both of them until all of your powder has melted. It's well blended. Now comes the fun part. You are going to add the Jell-O to the cake, filling each hole. You're going to alternate the colors. Let's see here. Yeah, I think that's about right. Be careful about drips if you can. I'm not saying that everybody's perfect. I'm not perfect. Just giving you a little bit of advice. Try not to drip. If you drip, no big deal. It's all going in the same place eventually. It's going to end up in the same place. Somebody's belly, your belly, and somebody else's belly. And hopefully you get the idea. You want to tackle the red. Try not to mix the colors, because if you ever notice that when you mix certain colors, what are they called? Complementary colors, it turns kind of a grayish color or brown. And that's not what you want. You want a colorful, festive cake that has vibrant reds and greens. So try not to mix the colors if you can. Like I made a little spill. It happens. And I've discovered from filling up the green holes that this half packet of Jell-O is just enough for each of the holes that I've made. I'm not gonna have any left over. Now, what you're gonna do with the remaining powder that you didn't use, I mean, that's up to you. Try to use it sparingly, like I've just used a little bit too much red elsewhere. Okay, then the next step is to let this sit in the fridge for 2 hours. You want it to cool and to set. The next step is to add your whipped topping to the cake. It's a little bit of a challenge to get this on nicely without having your cake tear a little bit. If you know a better way of doing it, please let me know. Then you're going to put it back in the refrigerator for 2 hours to let it set a little bit more. And you can sprinkle with the toppings as desired and serve. After your poke cake has set for 2 hours, then you can serve and enjoy. This is super easy to make. And it's very moist and delicious.